What's up, everybody? My name is Brendan Hufford. Welcome to 100 Days of SEO. Enjoying this beautiful, beautiful weather outside. But in a second here, we're going to go hop into my laptop here inside. We're going to talk about link building for beginners. Let's get it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Brendan Hufford here. We are in my computer. Today, we're talking link building for beginners. And my goal in the next couple minutes is to take you from sad link building pug to happy link building pug. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn stories about link building past, link building present, and link building future. I'm so excited. Feel free to take notes. I'm looking forward to hearing what you learn in the comments below. Also, got something special for you. So if you watch until the end of this video, I'm going to make a pretty special offer to help you for free with your website. You just have to watch all the way to the end. Now, if you're new here, my name is Brendan Hufford. I'm the founder of SEO for the Rest of Us in 100 Days of SEO. I'm also the SEO director at an amazing agency called Click Studios, where we help companies ranging from just, local Chicago kind of famous companies to, huge global $100 million plus venture-backed startups. I'm also a former teacher for 10 years, believe it or not. I was a classroom teacher and even an assistant principal. And it was during that time that I really started to learn SEO. Let's do a quick review. SEO Ranking Factors, what are they? First, it's primarily your website. Google loves a fast, old, popular website. It's your content, it's your authority, and then it's everything else. These are really the things that matter the most. Do I have a really good website? Do I have amazing content? Do I solve for search intent? Is it the right quality and length? Do I have enough authority? Do I have enough links from other websites and to my content and things like that? Then there's everything else. So we're going to focus mostly on those first three, but primarily we're talking about authority, and we're talking about how do I make this more relevant. This is the I Am SEO framework. This is a framework I made up to help explain both to clients but also to students and people watching these videos, what really matters. How do I get success in SEO? The I Am framework answers all that, matching the intent, building the right asset, making sure that our medium is on point. By medium, I mean our website, and then making it more relevant. And that's what we're talking about today, link building for beginners. So I get this question all the time. Brendan, do links still matter? Now, you're watching this video, so you probably already know that links matter. But we can also prove that. Ahrefs did a really cool study where they compared on-page factors to backlink factors. And what they found is that what correlated the most with rank was not using the keyword in a title or in an H1 or in a meta description. The on-page stuff correlates less than 5%, whereas getting links to your content and links to your website correlate like anywhere from 22 to 40%. It's a much higher correlation. Link building is what is going to move the needle the most for you when it comes to SEO, given you already have stellar content. So let's talk about what link building used to look like in the past. This is an article that I read back in 2010. You can see I left a comment on it in 2012, just saying I referred back to this over and over. And this is the backlinking strategy that works from smart passive income. Now, if you are an expert SEO, you'll recognize this is tiered link building. But basically, if you've never heard of that before, what you do is you have your website in the middle. You build a bunch of other free properties, Web 2.0s, you build other blogs and things like that. You point those, and then you hammer those secondary properties, what is called the anchor layer, with just garbage backlinks. And you hammer them with garbage backlinks because they can handle it. Then that passes all the way through them, and it filters out the bad kind of the bad link juju, and it gives your main website all of the link power from those. And it works. It still works. A lot of SEOs use this tactic really effectively, but it's hard when you're not a full team and you don't have budget and you're not doing it at scale. And it also is just a really good way to screw it up and get a Google penalty. I'm pretty sure that I've had sites of my own penalized. That's why I'm always experimenting. We used to do it with things like services like Backlink, Genie, Article Marketing Robot, Build My Rank, The Best Spinner. We used to spin articles, turning every article into like a Mad Lib kind of thing, so we could make our content seem unique on every website, but it was really the same spun article. It was awful. It was awful. And as much as I'm making fun of it, gotta admit, I was a customer. I was definitely a customer. I definitely used, there's my receipt to The Best Spinner. Like, I did all of those things. And now let's talk about what link building looks like today. If you're watching this, you might have heard of some of these tactics. They say to send emails, to do outreach, to get links. And they say, hey, use this script. Hi, Brendan. I was looking for content on SEO today when I stumbled on your article. Good stuff. I especially enjoyed. And then this is how they tell you to personalize it. Here's the problem. It doesn't work. And let me help you understand why. I've sent these emails. This is my actual inbox from 2017. I sent hundreds of emails, hundreds of them, just writing them, following the script, thinking I was doing it right. I kept track of all of them. I followed up. All right, I sent the first email, in December. I got to send the next one in January. Kept track of everything, broken link building, resource link building, sending the scripts. And what did I have to show for it? 2 links. I got 2 links from all of this effort. And I was just like, I can't do that anymore. Like, this isn't gonna work. I can't send out 300 emails to get 2 links, especially if I have clients that need links. I'm not gonna be able to build these at scale. This doesn't work. There has to be something else, because this, like, we get this. Here, look at this. Here's an email my team got it. Click. Hello there, amazing job on your page you have on your site. Really great. Oh, as soon as I see great stuff, I'm like, you're using the script. You're scripting me, and I don't respect that. And that's really problematic. Here's another one. Here's another script that the quote unquote, I'm using air quotes that you can't see, but here's another one, the quote unquote gurus recommend. Hi name, I was Googling around for, if you use the phrase Googling around, I know you're scripting me, which means you don't really care. You're trying to get the minimum level of personalization. You don't really want to connect with me as a human. You don't really care about me. You just want that link. And if all you want is a link, if all you want is something transactional, like, we're probably not going to be friends. Here's a version of this. Browsing the web, I came across one of your posts and felt compelled to reach out. This one isn't even personalized. It's just, they didn't even use, it's so bad. Also, the one-click unsubscribe, like, I didn't subscribe to your thing. I don't know what you're talking about. So here's what I want to present to you today. Link building for beginners. This is the future of link building. Now, don't forget, I've got something really special for you. If you watch until the end of this video, I'm going to make a pretty special offer to help you for free with some link building for your website. So make sure you watch until the end for that. Back to the future of link building. There's really 2 parts. The first part is you have to make something epic. You have to make something really great. You have to create content that attracts links, like survey results, rare interviews, superpowered list posts, an epic guide, share some journey that is like a totally unique story. I wrote an article for Growth Lab about starting my e-commerce company and how I figured out importing and exporting and using Alibaba all by myself, and all these, like, there's just something that nobody else could have written about, or do like an exhaustive comparison between different options. Like, this is the type of content that is going to attract links. You have to create this type of content. We cannot talk about links until you have something worth linking to. Now, this is the second part. You're going to reach out. You're going to do outreach emails. But I've spent a couple minutes poo-pooing on using the scripts. So here's the thing. A lot of times people think that a simple email is not going to solve anything. There's a hilarious set of tweets between Mike Vardy and Austin Kleon where Mike Vardy was like, oh, I really want to get Austin Kleon on my podcast, blah, blah, blah. And Austin Kleon actually responded to him, was like, I don't remember seeing an email from you. And Mike Vardy's like, oh, it didn't even dawn on me to just email you. An email will get it done. And this works for all levels. You're like, oh, Brendan, I'm just starting out. If I email people and share my stuff with them, it's not going to work. It does. It really does. So this is an email I sent Pat Flynn in 2011, and I was on episode 49 of his podcast. If you're familiar with Smart Passive Income Podcast, I was on episode 49. Why? Because I just emailed him and told him all the results that I'd gotten from all of his content. And then a little bit later, like, I emailed Ryan Holiday, or I tweeted Ryan Holiday, and I was like, hey man, I'm doing a Donors Choose project to get a classroom set of your books. And he told me to email him, and I did. I sent him an email. I set up this thing on Donors Choose. We got a classroom set of Obstacle is the Way. It's one of the most important books of my entire life. I have tattoos of it, some of the stuff from it on the inside of my forearms. Like, it was really impactful for me. So then Ryan shared it, and it got funded within, a couple minutes. It was all good. And he funded it himself. He like put his own money towards it. Why? Because I was willing to reach out. Because I was willing to tweet him. Because I was willing to email Pat Flynn. Now, here's how you win. First thing when you're doing an outreach email, you have to have a good reason for reaching out. You have to have a good reason. And here's how you get a good reason for reaching out. The first thing is to remember your why. What do you want? Now, we do not just want a link. Link building for beginners here today. We do not want just a link. We want a relationship. I want hundreds of links from this person. I don't want just one. And when I start out asking for one, it makes the relationship transactional and it never expands from there. My why has to be that I have something worth sharing. The second is to remember their why. What do they want? I'm asking for, to guest post on their website or do something like that. But what do they want? What do they care about? They want probably two things. They want results for their audience and they want to make money. So they have to know that my content will help them do both of those things, right? If they have a bunch of affiliate links on their website, say, hey, I'd love to write an article for you, and I think it would be perfect because, I know these are your affiliates that you promote, and you can put your affiliate links in this article. Or, hey, I'm writing about this. Here's other results people have gotten from my content before, or people that are in my audience have gotten these results. I'd love to get those results for your audience too. Like, that's how we have to approach this. You have to focus on their why. Then you have to do your research. I'll never forget, Corbett Barr told me one time when I was interviewing for a podcast, I brought up something from, he had said in an obscure interview, he said something about when he was in college. And I brought it up in our interview and he's like, wow. He took a strong pause and he was just like, whoa, you really did your homework here. And that really impresses people when you're not just using that garbage script and you're willing to do your homework when you email them. And finally, don't give up. You can't just email once. You can't just tweet once. You have to be persistent. You have to understand, there may be a reason they're not replying. They could be busy. They could be, or it could just be you're not focusing enough on their why. Your email's not compelling enough, but don't give up. Definitely don't give up. These are some emails between Sean Blanda and I when I was writing that article that I mentioned for Growth Lab. The first time we started talking was in March 2017. And if you just fast forward to the bottom there, the article didn't go live until March 2018. It took over a year of editing and going back and forth. And now, is it worth it? Yes, because it's an anchor piece of content for me that exists on a wonderful website. I get to work with a great editor, and also I get to make friends with Sean. Sean now works at Envision. I work at a web design and marketing agency. He works at one of the biggest web design prototyping tools in the country, and he's the editor there. Perfect. I'm so glad we have a relationship. I could maybe reach out to him and it wouldn't be weird for me to be like, hey, I'd love to write for Envision, because he knows me, because I'm here for relationships, not just getting links. And that's kind of my point here. You have to focus on going friends first. Now, here's just a really quick thing. I use the example of Smart Passive Income all the time because I'm a really big fan of Pat Flynn. But if you look at the websites that he links to the most, Chris Ducker, Derek Halpern's Social Triggers, Amy Porterfield, Darren Rouse's Pro Blogger, Michael Hyatt, Ramit Sethi, Caleb Wojcik, John Lee Dumas. These are, look at that. He's linked about 125 times to chrisducker.com. Why? Did Chris ask him for links? No, Chris is just one of his best friends. So this is actually a list. The websites Pat links to the most are just his friends. And that's my point. You have to focus on making friends first. If you're going to do link building as a beginner, focus on making friends. Reach out to people that are at your level, maybe a little bit above, and just make a great network of friends. They're going to get people that are publishing content constantly. They're going to want to link to stuff. They're going to link to your stuff. Why? Not because you asked them for a link, but because you're friends. Now, if you want to put this link building into the whole picture, you're like, Brendan, you told me to make epic content. I don't really know what that means. I would love maybe more of a formula for doing outreach and doing some link building. Join the One Ranking Away Challenge. People are absolutely loving it. You can check it out at 100daysofseo.com/subscribe. Also, check out podreacher.com. That's who helps me with my blog posts, turning all of my videos and podcast episodes into blog posts over at 100daysofseo.com. Finally, I told you I had something amazing for you here at the end. Tell me in the comments below, what website are you working on right now? Let me know, and I'll give the first 10 people that comment with their website 3 link building opportunities. I'll explain exactly, here's 3 places I think you should get links. Here's how I think you can get them. This is consulting that you can't even really buy from me in this small of a package. It would take a super large engagement for me to give people feedback like this. And I'm going to give it to the first 10 people that comment below with their website. I'll give you 3 solid link building opportunities. And if you're watching this video later and you're like, well, 10 people have already commented, I would recommend leave your site below anyways. I might still reply, but also check out and see what my replies to them were. You're going to learn so much. to see like how I reply to them and what they're working on. I've been Brendan Hufford. Don't forget to work hard, be nice to people, and don't get too lost trying to create something that matters.